I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past. I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past.
Hello, and welcome to another night of Developing with AI with our team from Biela.dev. My name's Adam Halleck, and I'm here to help host the show with our team. Joining me, I have our developer. Here is Theodore. Theo, how are you this evening?
Everyone. Hello, Adam. Hello, Sari.
Hello.
And with Theodore and I have Sari from our marketing team. Sari, how are things with you?
Great, fantastic. Hope you guys are doing great.
Super, super.
We're doing fine. Sorry.
So, guys, today I was hearing that we were going to develop some kind of app, a mobile app that come in very useful, and so I was sort of wondering what kinds of apps are people using these days. And when I look at myself and the kinds of things that I use most of my apps for, it's helping me find things, and so. A lot of times I like these kinds of apps that are simple, that can help me find things that I use all over town. So whether it's I'm looking for a particular type of supermarket or a pharmacy of some kind, I'm relying on apps more and more these days, right? And
That's
so
true.
I was speaking to Sari a little offline, and I was asking him, what are you doing this week? And you were telling me you were taking up some kind of new hobby, eh?
Yeah. So definitely, yeah. I mean, honestly, nowadays everything is controlled by apps, right? And with this type of tech atmosphere that we have, it would be hard not to, capitalize and use apps as a way to make everything more convenient, right? So coming back to your point, Adam, yeah, my new hobbies are consisting definitely of athletics, going to the gym. I started really becoming consistent in the gym recently, and I wanted to spice things up, right? So sometimes going to the gym by itself, okay, it's nice. You get to do your workout, everything's good. But also sometimes you want a little bit more spice, in your life. You want to attend some classes, perhaps a hit session, maybe a boxing session, an MMA session. The list is endless. So honestly, I found myself kind of like looking online for these type of classes, right? And I was wondering, it would be great to have an app that we can have all of these classes integrated into one platform, so that if I'm interested in like one day attending high intensity interval training for example, I can do that. Or one day I'll be interested in attending an MMA class, I can do that. So the point here is to integrate it all into one app, so it can be a seamless experience for the user. Yeah.
That's true.
That's a great idea, right? I mean, the fact that if we could have some place where you could find all these places in one place, because I'm like you, I go into Google or I go into whatever, and I'm searching where's the nearest one here and where's the nearest one there. So wherever I go, I'm always searching in some kind of, in a search mode. But I think that Theo, you were working on something similar, something like this for a different kind of project, weren't you?
I was, yes. I was working on a project that is geared towards like fitness. Most importantly, I think my focus was to find some bike trails, but I didn't really start with that. I started with more of the gym part and spa part and stuff like that. Just a central hub, let's say, of all the fitness and body shaping, basically, activities. And I was doing that. And I just want to ask you, Sari, a question. Since it's not the beginning of the year, how long does that phase of like going to the gym and being consistent last?
Honestly, man, it really just depends. It depends on how strong of willpower you have. I think honestly, it's really nice to get into the gym, because like it starts to get your mind off of things, right? So if you have your mind on
right?
certain things in life, it's really great to go to the gym and just like work on yourself, right? And that's why I think some people, they get into a routine of the gym and they start to get bored because they're going to the same place and they're doing the same activities. You know what I mean? Which is why I feel like doing these classes could kind of bring back more fun into getting back in shape.
So what are we thinking here? We're thinking of something like to develop some kind of app that has not just gyms, but maybe classes, different types of classes at the gym. So like boxing classes, MMA classes, Pilates classes, right? Yoga's huge here. I mean, everybody does yoga, and Pilates has gotten very big. But I mean, along with that, what I'd like when I finish a workout, a tough workout, or even something like a heavy sort of, workout where I'm doing a lot, I'd like to do a massage. So what about if we sort of incorporate spas into that as well? So gyms and classes and spas, right? Because one of the best things
That's
after
true.
a hard workout is that sort of relaxing massage you get at the end. What do you think, Theo? You think you could sort of put something like that together for us, just based on these sort of
Definitely.
loose ideas?
Definitely. And let's begin. I'll share my screen real quick. And so currently this is the state of the app, and it's basically a map that shows you all the fitness centers or yoga stuff, or well, basically every activity that you could possibly do. And I integrated this map, of course, just mostly because I wanted to log into the app and see where everything is near me. And currently it's in New York, and I don't live in New York. I don't know if I wish to live in New York, but we can definitely tailor this a little bit more towards our location. Or, for example, I think we'll do Dubai, right? Because like
Let's do
you guys,
Dubai.
yeah, you guys know more about what's happening in Dubai, and there's probably a lot more. So if like this app currently functions like this, you go to, it's gonna locate you via the location, but currently I don't have location enabled on my browser. So I just manually went to Dubai, and we can click on this search this area button. Oh, come on now. Oh, really?
So
It broke
if we do,
Oh no. Okay,
well,
we'll
while
fix
we're
that
waiting,
right away.
look, while we're waiting, what it is basically I can sort of, what you're saying is I can give it an area where I am,
Yeah,
or it
yeah.
can work off my location, either or, right?
That
But
is
let's
true,
say I'm down in Jumeirah. So if I choose Jumeirah as my area of choice, right? And when you get that up and running, I'm going to tell you how to spell Jumeirah because it's a tricky spelling.
Isn't
Right?
it like
But,
Jumeirah?
Jemaiarah. Yeah, Jumeirah. Right?
Okay.
But
Okay,
it's
yeah.
it's a really nice part of town. It sits near the water on one side. There's a lot of studios around. There's plenty of places, I think, where you could find gyms and spas and things like that. So if we do it by area, the app could do that for us, couldn't it?
Well, yes, it could. Currently, look at this. I mean, I can show you guys New York for a moment until this gets fixed up. So if we pick a random gym in New York, let's pick this one. This one is actually a Pilates class. I'm not really sure what
Good.
Pilates is, honestly.
It's a
how
lot
to-
of stretching. It looks very simple, but it is a brutal workout, believe me.
Honestly, I agree with Adam. The first time I tried Pilates, I recently thought that it was going to be such an easy thing to do. But my sister actually is the one that pushed me to do it. And she was like, listen, it's not going to be easy. And I actually ended up, it was a really big struggle. I'm not going to lie. It was not easy.
It's a core intensive workout, right? It really works your core.
Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing. I really love working my core. Yeah, I used to do like a lot. Why are you laughing at that?
Sorry, I don't know.
Well, I was just saying that I used to do a lot of exercises for my core because I really wanted those, 8-pack or 6-pack in this case
100%.
for my ass.
Yeah.
But I
I
really
also
got
like
to that
working my
point
core,
where
yeah.
I realized the amount of exercise that I have to put in to get a 6-pack is crazy. So I just kind of
100%. Yeah.
gave up a little bit.
So if you take us to the Pilates studio, Theo, I have no issues with that. Like I said, it is a workout. Let's see what they're like. And some of them are really, really nice studios, believe me.
Yeah, you can
I mean,
also get pictures.
Yes, I mean, if you're gonna have the app, you might as well have pictures. If I'm gonna choose a gym or a studio or any kind of place, I'd like it to have photos of the place. So one of the first things that I would like to see when you develop this is it gives me the name of the gym and the location, how far it is from me. But for sure, I'd like to see some visuals of what the gym looks like, because that's going to be a big factor for me in choosing
That is
that
true.
kind of gym.
Definitely.
That is true, yeah. We have a comment here in the chat, and it's asking us if I incorporated Google Maps API. And the question is no. I actually used Mapbox API. Mapbox, I think Google Maps, I'm not sure about Google Maps, but I think they require a paid plan or something for their APIs, but I'm not too sure.
That's
Don't
right.
quote me on that. So I just used the Mapbox API, which was very easy to set up. I just created a free
Open
account.
source, easy to use, exactly.
Yep, I just created a free account, and I got the API key from there. And as you can see, Biela was able to make this really easy. But yeah, so I believe we got the implementation running. Let's see here. Yeah. So we can search the area and see a lot more gyms and activities, sports like that. Let's go to Dubai now. And
Now, if I create this app, there's got to be more to it. I mean, it's got to be. I have to be able to somehow monetize it at some point, don't I?
well, yes. Unfortunately, I seem
What
like
would we do? We're not just going to be showing people free gyms and free memberships to here and there. How would we
There we go.
monetize this? Sorry, I think you had some ideas about this. How does this
Yeah.
actually monetize?
Yeah, honestly, look,
Yes, we
the best way to monetize something like this with every type of services app, right? Like Deliveroo, Kita, any of these services app that you see out there, the best way is just to go out and basically try to acquire their business, right? I mean, I don't know if you know of any other way, but usually that's how you get the clients, or you incentivize the company with like a free trial. So like
But
you
I
get
mean,
like
if I myself am running the app, I mean, I want to be able to monetize the app myself. The customers will come to me. I mean, the gyms will come to me because I'm basically giving them free advertising. But how do I make the app? If I want to run the app, I want to be able to monetize that. What do I do to get people to join my app?
Well, I mean, honestly, you can do a lot of things, but in that case, you can do your marketing campaigns. You can make your own social media, like social media account to promote the product itself. But yeah,
Do we give people credits, for example, for joining?
Honestly, there should be a credit system. I feel like the most efficient way in this type of way is to implement a credit system, so that you have like a subscription-based system, and they give you like a certain amount of credits every month, and you get to choose which type of classes, depending, of course, on the availability, on the timings, on etc.
and
Many.
prices.
Theo, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's called a SaaS, isn't it? A SaaS service?
A software as a service. Well,
We're providing them a service over the software that we've created, no?
yeah, I think it could be. I'm not sure what. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be classified as SaaS. I don't really like using this word SaaS. It's really synonymous with a lot of bad products, in my opinion. So
Is
I
it?
just kind of tend to avoid it at all costs.
I mean, it's basically, I'm providing now people a service. So if I want to show you these gyms and when the classes are available and what classes are available near you and when they are, probably the easiest thing to do is to create a system of tokens that I give people. People sign up and get tokens. And like Sari said, based on the gym they choose, based on the time of day, based on the type of services they want, they buy a certain amount of tokens, and they use a certain amount of different kinds of numbers of tokens for the various type of activities and gyms that they want to attend. Is that right?
Yep.
Sorry, does that sound reasonable?
It sounds pretty reasonable, Adam.
Let's see here on the map. So you guys said in Jumeirah was
Yep.
where, yeah. So do you recognize any gyms here? I mean, I could. Oh, come on! Now it loads the preview. But yeah, you can. Oh god! All right.
No, it went back to New York. I want to go to
Yeah,
Dubai.
it goes back to New York because that's like the default. All of these applications are, going to New York. But let's see, like search this area. Okay, perfect. So we have Jumeirah. Which one? 1, 2, 3. Which one?
Jumeirah 1. Let's go to Jumeirah 1. Let's go OG. Go classic.
All right, let's see. Reform Athletica Jumeirah. You guys recognize this? I'm not sure.
I
No,
don't.
but
but
I like the look of
there's
that
many.
gym, right?
yeah, it looks nice, definitely. Wait,
Yeah,
I have a
it's a-
question, Theo. Are these real
Yeah,
gyms? Or these are actual gyms from in Dubai?
These are, I mean, on the map, they are real gyms. These are pulling straight from Mapbox.
Pretty
This is
sick
real.
that I
Okay.
was able to recognize that, actually. That's very nice.
But the images, I'm not too sure about them. They might be generated by our application. Not too sure
Okay.
about, but the locations of the gyms are accurate.
That's
So
pretty nice.
pick one
But
for
let's
us.
let's
Pick one.
begin and connect database to it, because I want to implement what Adam said with the credit system. I really
Yes,
want to
that's a nice
show.
idea.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll give a preemptive prompt, please, to the Biela, just so that it knows what I want it to do. And this is basically some instructions for the direction where I want the application to go. And then I'll go to the database and create a new Supabase database. And we've talked about this before previously.
Integrating Supabase, you mean?
Yeah, integrating Supabase. We've talked about
And
how
we do have videos on that in the Biela library. If you're looking for how to do that in more detail, I think we have several videos where we've worked and talked about integrating Supabase into your API, into your app, into your mobile app, right?
that is that's correct. We do have a Supabase video on Biela. I believe it's in the library, or I think it is, yeah, in the library.
It is, and I know it's something that we talk about again and again, because anytime we want to create something like this, 9 out of 10 times we're going to have to integrate Supabase into it. It's a fairly simple process. You basically create yourself an account, and it's basically 1, 2, 3, plug and play type.
You
service,
mostly let
right?
Biela do all the heavy lifting in this case,
Yes,
right? Like you just connect your Supabase account or create a new one, connect it to Biela, and from there, click a button like create a new database, Supabase database, and from there, Biela will take care of everything that you need. So let's say you want to build an admin dashboard like we have in previous live streams, Biela will be able to build that for you right away, and it won't even ask you much or any technical questions. But if it does ask you technical questions, I mean, you can always say that you don't know and to pick the best answer, which is in most cases what I do as well, right? Like sometimes you could ask me some really difficult questions that I really don't have time to answer or don't want to get into it, and I just be like, please recommend me the correct option for this because I don't know.
Sure, yes. A lot of times when I'm working with Biela, I find myself being asked questions that I just don't know the answer to. You know, I'm just technically not proficient in the back end of it. So I know what I want it to look like. I know how I want it to work, and I leave the rest of that to Biela, right?
That is true, yeah. Well, Biela is kind of like a private CTO, and we do have that feature here in the chat, as you guys can see. You can talk to via voice to the private CTO, and it can instruct you in the direction where your project you want your project to go into. But yeah, that's basically, we had in previous live streams, we had a say that goes something like this: always ask Biela if you don't know, and this is true in most cases. Just go into plan mode or even into build mode and ask Biela from there what you want to do or any questions that you might have. And we do have a question in the chat here from Jamil. Is Mapbox updated in local businesses like Google? Well, I think it is, because a lot of companies are using Mapbox. It's actually a really popular software. Even car manufacturers are using Mapbox from what I've seen. Like you can visit the mapbox.com website and check out what their affiliated brands, let's say, are. We're not affiliated with, Biela is not affiliated with Mapbox in any way. We're just using it as a service because it's free and it works pretty well. But that's just my recommendation.
It's good, yes, right?
But to answer your question,
endorsement at all, but it works well, and we like it. It integrates well with Biela as well.
And it has themes, which is pretty important, because I did ask it in the first prompt to give me a light and dark theme for this application, which it did. And I can show you guys here in the settings. We can go to light mode, and you guys can see it switch to light mode on the map, which is pretty cool.
Go back to dark mode. Go back to dark mode.
I always love dark mode more. I don't know anyone that uses light mode.
There are people who use light mode, and I've been asked before to implement. I've had like a dark mode application, and people were just asking me to implement a light mode version. You know, there's a lot of a big percentage of the population that actually still uses light mode. I believe my mom uses light mode.
I think more of the Gen Z type of people, they prefer dark mode.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hey, listen to me, both of you. I'm nowhere near Gen Z, and I prefer dark mode.
Adam, are you millennial?
I'm far beyond millennial. All right, let's
Really?
just
I thought
not
you were
put me in a
millennial.
category. What are you actually doing now with the application, Theo?
So currently, I gave it the task to connect to Supabase, and as you guys can see in the chat here, it did some reasoning, explore the code base to figure out what I wanted, and also from the previous prompt that I gave it. And it's creating some migration files. For example, if we look in the, should be in around here somewhere, like Supabase. It creates some migration files that it runs in Supabase and creates the tables in it. And should I show people how that looks in Supabase? Do you think that's something?
I mean, you can show people, the people that are interested are going to watch, but to me, it's just nerd talk. But go ahead.
Okay, well, let's show people a little bit how the tables look on Supabase, and I'll just stop my screen share and then share again. I'll show you guys how that looks like.
Sorry, you think this is something that might sell, to have this kind of app where you're giving people options to pick different classes? Is this something that your generation might use?
Honestly, my generation, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is a thing my generation uses, but I definitely, when I go to these classes, I don't see people my age, to be honest with you. I see people, mostly millennials and, a bit above millennials. But definitely, if you incorporate all the different services like, spa, sauna, massage, the things that you were mentioning, I think it could have a really fair shot at selling really well, and especially in a place like Dubai.
Yes, it's just a basic, simply a credit app where you buy the credits. It gives you all the information you need based on the credits that you buy. So I think it's a brilliant idea, and I think that we're creating it here for sort of the health industry, but this is something that can be monetized across various platforms, various streams. I mean, you could use it for things like where to find those, I was talking about perhaps where to find those Kareem bikes. All over the city, there are these bicycles.
Oh, like e-bikes, right?
Yes, e-bikes and scooters, right? And if I go into a certain part of the city, I want to know where those are because I want to be able to access them. And if I had an app that I created where it showed me where they were and the ones that were available and, the cost of them and all that in one feature, might be very nice. But it could be things as simple as, when you move into a new city, you want to know where all the different schools are. And don't forget in Dubai here, I don't know if you know this, Theo, that there are probably at least 10 different curriculums. There's an American IB curriculum. There's a British curriculum. There's
what do you mean? What do you mean by these?
Every school system has their own sort of learning curriculum, right? So if I'm moving into a new city, I'd like to know where those curriculums are, where my kids might learn, an American curriculum. And if I had that app and it showed me where they were, and I would just, click on that app and it would give me all the information about the school and how to register my students in the school and all that, it might be a great feature. So this idea of building it into this sort of gym that we're doing it for, this health industry, is something that's a great idea, and you could learn how to do it here, but then you could just turn it into whatever you wanted. It's a brilliant little idea that I think anybody could do anything with.
Just a quick question, Adam. What do you mean by curriculum? Like, you guys have, it can follow different,
yes,
let's say...
So if you're British, you want your kids to follow the British curriculum, because when they want to go to university in the UK, they have to have completed a British curriculum. Or an American school, the kids study, and they're going to be studying various parts of history and social studies that pertain to their particular nationality, right?
I get it. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, actually. I've never heard about that, but is it recognized? Like,
it's recognized. Every country recognizes their own curriculum.
I'm sure you went to like a specific curriculum in Romania. I mean, maybe it was SAT or something like that. I don't know.
Well, that's a degree. I'm not sure if it's similar.
No, No, it's
Isn't it?
curriculum. It's a curriculum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely, right. And
Well, I'm
Like
not
because
for me,
familiar.
I studied the SAT curriculum in school, in high school. So the American
Nice.
system.
the American curriculum, yeah, right. But there's plenty of different expats here, and there's different schools, all kinds of schools here. So, as a parent who's moved into Dubai, I'd like to know where those places are, right?
Awesome.
And this type of thing that you could build for someone, or you could be the builder of it, where you're the one that's able to show them where all those different schools were and the different curriculums, and maybe have phone numbers and access to these people, and maybe develop it into something a little bit more. It would be a great feature, right? Rather than have parents run from one end of the city to the other finding a place for their kids.
And guys, we have a working prototype.
All right,
Wow.
let's see what it looks like.
So let's
Let
switch
me
it
put
to
my
tablet a
my
little bit. So.
meta glasses on to see what this looks like.
Wow, Adam, you're from the future. You're coming from the era of like AI glasses or VR glasses. What are they called now?
Look, these AI glasses
Artificial.
do one thing very well. They help me see, and that's the most important thing I need right now.
Yeah.
Right, I want to see our app working. So, what does it have here? What are we looking at here, Theo? Walk me through it.
So I'm not too sure myself, honestly. Let's read what Biela said. So done. Pilato. I guess Pilato is So it chose a name for our application, and the name is Pilato. Because we were talking about Pilates. I guess Biela was
We must have
listening
talked
to us.
about Pilates a little too much, yeah. But that's something. Look, that's something that we could easily customize ourselves, isn't it?
That is true. Yeah, we can definitely customize the name of our application in as easy as one prompt, guys. So if you tell it to,
and then we can
please
even ask it for suggestions. Give me 3 or 4 different suggestions.
Oh, it can give more than 3 or 4. It can give you a lot
there
more.
you go. Right. There you go.
Yeah. It's as easy as asking Biela to come up with a couple different names, and then you pick it, and it will change everything in your application that has to do with this name. But
Perfect.
let's see.
Perfect.
So database, we have a couple tables. It says auto creates a profile with 40 credits on sign up, which is nice. I think I mentioned 40 credits to it. But do you guys think that's a good starting point for a free account, like a free trial?
Well, I mean, it depends on what the classes cost, right? I mean, if the classes cost, 4 dirhams per class, on average, like some of them are going to be more. Your nicer places and your trendier gyms and all of that. Then definitely yes, it's going to be something that you're going to want, right?
Okay.
Sorry, what do you think?
We'll see.
Honestly, I'm gonna agree with Adam. It really just depends on the cost of the classes. But generally, you're gonna also want to keep into account the amount of time the free trial is gonna run for. Because if you want this app to sell, then you don't want to give the user too much time, so they kind of have.
Oh, you want the
flexibility.
tokens to expire?
Yeah, pretty much. So like maybe like 2 weeks as a free trial. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Awesome. Okay, let's sign up for an account. Let's see what happens. So first of all, we have a nice, beautiful sign up and sign in pages here. And on the create account, like the sign up, we have a small, notification, I'll say, a small card here that says 40 free credits on us. And let's introduce my email. Okay, and then I'll make a really simple password so I don't forget it by the end of the live stream. Let's create an account. And we're basically back to where we were. Let's see. So we're in New York right now. Let's pick I really love this animation. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Like the way the map tilted a little bit?
Yes. It's almost 3D in a sense.
Yeah, and it's all from Biela's doing. Like I didn't tell it to do all these cool animations or anything, so it was able to implement that right away. And we have here from a random class a couple credits. So we have 22 credits for this Genevieve. I don't know French. Let's pick another one so I actually know how to read.
Able to pronounce that either.
Mahayogi Yoga Mission. And
All
this one's
right.
from 16 credits per class.
Mm.
And let's view the details. Book next, 21 credits. I guess. Oh wow, I didn't even tell it to do that. So based on the time you're
Of
picking,
course. Yeah. So the
100%.
busier times are going to be more credits, and the lighter times will be less credits. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. But
Yep.
is our 40 original credits something reasonable here? Like I'm a working adult, let's say, and I get off work around 5 or 6, and I want to do the 7 o'clock class. If the 7 o'clock class is like 20 credits, right, and I've given everybody 40 credits,
No,
just trying it twice, right?
I think maybe like 70, 80 credits would be a nice starting point, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Guys, come on, that's free money they're giving out. How could they give so much?
You want to give the user more tries so that they can earn your subscription. That's
Is
not
this gonna
enough.
be a San Francisco startup? We're just giving people
You
free
know
money
what?
when
If
they
I
s-
develop this right, yes, we're gonna make this another unicorn. People love exercising. People love using apps. Let's do
And
it.
people love free trials.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be the next Uber. It's gonna be losing money for the next 12 years or something. I don't know. But yeah, so we can basically see all the credits per classes and hours. And
So Biela did all this on its own.
yes, it did. All of this. I mean,
Amazing.
currently, I believe the credits implementation is actually mock. I'm not sure how it does it, but it did it. So
But it's
that's,
logical the way it did it. I mean, it makes sense. I can understand
makes
it.
sense. Yeah, it does. Let's pick another zone that I want to look at. For example, do you guys have another location to look at? Maybe
Sports City. Wait, in
Where is
Dubai or in the world?
it doesn't matter. Anywhere we can look. We have the whole world map.
We can go somewhere like Los Angeles.
No,
Oh,
the
okay.
gyms are too expensive in LA. Take us to Miami.
Everything's too expensive in LA.
I think Miami's even more expensive. I'm
Miami's
not
also
sure.
expensive. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But they've got nicer gyms. And if I want to be in a gym, I want to be in a gym in Miami. Look at how many gyms there are in Miami. Look at that number.
Yep, there's a lot. And just on this small piece of land here, if I were, well, since this account is free, I believe the errors that we got in the beginning were from the amount of requests we're making for each of these gyms. So each of these gyms, I believe, is one request or something like that, some similar to that. And because we're searching for a bigger and bigger area, then there's a lot of credits being used from the map box.
All right,
Well,
then look, take us to
usage.
a little Midwestern town. Take us to Springfield, Illinois.
No. Let's look at Miami here. So I guess it looks about the same. It's not that different.
And it
honestly.
looks like these visuals that it's creating for the gyms are actually
Yeah.
created by Biela itself, right? The AI.
I believe so. Let's look at the content studio and see.
Because it looks like I see the same visuals in Dubai and in Miami. So
Definitely, that's going to have to be altered. I think that's a nice thing to tackle now. What do you think about that, Theo? Because right now what I'm seeing is all the pictures are the exact same.
Definitely. I mean, we can try.
Yeah,
We can
why
definitely
not?
try and ask it to take some pictures from the Mapbox, but I'm not sure if
Yeah.
Mapbox even offers images to for businesses. Maybe it has something to do with Google. I'm not
Can
sure.
it not take it directly from Google Maps?
Well, since we're not using Google's API, we're using
yes,
the
we're not
Mapbox
using Google's
one.
API.
Right, got it.
Yeah, we can try. I can ask, but
You know
maybe
what we
we
could do? For all the gyms, we could use a similar photo. For all the massages and all the Pilates, we could just use, rotate between six visuals that we create for Pilates studios, 6 visuals for boxing gyms, right? And have Biela choose from those 6 each time.
Right, but if we're trying to do an app that actually people want to use, I mean, if you're looking at someone who wants to use these classes, they want to see actual pictures of how the gym is going to look like, right?
Theo, is there any way we can get Biela to do that, to sort of scrape the
we
internet?
can try. Let's ask it because we were talking about the motto. So
Yes.
let's ask Biela.
Ask
So I'll
Biela, right?
just,
Tell me what these gyms actually look like. Give me one shot of each
Let's
of the
get,
gyms that you're offering me.
yeah, let's get those Biela muscles working.
and use
For
it.
sure, right?
All right,
Put to
can you pull
use.
images and prices for the businesses directly from Mapbox on request and
Mhm.
use it for the business image and the credit cost. Credits cost. All right, let's ask it. And I saw a question in the chat. All right, let's see. So FinTech Music is asking, how do I deploy a website? I'm getting an error saying there is no contract. Please advise. Contract. Can you explain that a little bit? What do you mean there's no contract?
Or you can alternatively go to our Discord or Telegram, and you can ask our developers, and they'll be able to help you out.
We do have an official support channel, but let's try and answer the question since FinTech Music is already here.
Fair, fair.
We don't have to
Yeah, definitely.
tell them to go elsewhere. Maybe we can try to help you out, but please tell us how to.
Can you give us a little
Smart
bit more? Yeah, some more. So a
smart
smart
contract.
contract here. So that's dealing with some. It's basically Bitcoin to build a smart contract. Am I not wrong here?
If we had Danny on, he would be able to help us out with this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he would be able to
I
help us
think
out.
I
But
think
Danny in the
FinTech.
chat. I think he was in the chat. Maybe you can help Mr. FinTech out here.
yeah,
I
or
think
you can join
FinTech.
our support channel. I'm not too sure how
Yeah,
to help you out on the smart
with a
contract
smart
stuff.
contract, for me, from what I know, it's something that sort of deals with the blockchain, right?
I've never dabbled in the smart contract part
Yeah,
of
it's a
deploying
blockchain
website.
question, but look, FinTech Music, this is something that's very easy to answer from our Discord group or our Telegram group, right? You'll be able to find the answers you're looking for there, because a smart contract is basically just dealing with the blockchain. So if you would give them a little bit more detail, I'm sure they'll be able to help you with that.
Somebody in the chat mentioned that I forgot to activate the web search. That's a great feature that you're asking. So yes, we do have the control center with the RAG mode, web search, design mode, auto error handling, unit testing interface, and error
That's
classification
brilliant.
system.
That web option, that web
The web
search.
search, yeah.
Yes, that's gonna make BL's job a lot easier when you're asking it to give you some of that information from those websites, right?
We can. So Biela gave us a couple recommendations here on what to do regarding the images and the prices. So obviously we can use the Google Places API, has real business photos, but it's paid. Again, as I said, Google has a paid API, and we're not really going to use that. Foursquare Places API has photos. Okay, so I guess we're not going to be using any real photos or prices for now. We'll just
But if I were to make this app and actually implement it, I could use a Google API.
you could,
It
but
would be, it would be pay. It would be all on what you wanted to invest in this app initially.
Right.
If this is something you seriously wanted to make money at, and you really wanted to be able to develop it in such a way that users get to see the real gym photos and to have an idea of what goes on in those, and it was something that you honestly wanted to develop on a full-time basis, then yes, you would probably invest a little bit of money into using those
Yeah.
paid APIs.
Makes
But
that is true.
what we're doing here is we're sort of walking through this theoretically, just showing people how simple it actually is to do. The process itself is not very difficult using Biela, right?
Let's move on to the bottom parts here, because I didn't really talk about these. And there's a new feature that Biela added once I told it to implement the credit system and the SUPA-based connection. So here on the bottom tab, we have Discover tab. And I actually asked it to implement an AI because I wanted, in the beginning, I told you guys that I wanted to make this app as a sort of like a fitness center, like a fitness hub. But most importantly, for biking paths because I really like biking. It's one of my favorite activities to do, and I really like going on bike paths. So my intuition was to connect an AI to be able to tailor some paths for me, and basically draw it out on the map, which I think I still think it's a really good feature to add, right? Like imagine you're looking at the map and you're asking the AI, hey, can you make me a trail that I could follow via like some woods? And it would start drawing it out for you, and it would be like,
Yes, and then you could give it the distance you wanted to travel and the level of
yep,
difficulty and things
yep,
like
and
that, right?
get
But
the position from your
what
own.
I do see here, I like this option that you just clicked on, this discover, right?
Yep.
So within the area that you are, these are some gyms or salons or Pilates studios or whatever it may be. Discover these around you. So similar to what Netflix does when it goes, you've watched these 3 movies. I suggest these 3 movies for you. And this discover option that it's created is something that's very, very cool because now I know that, it knows I've chosen these kinds of gyms before. Here are other ones around you that are just as cool as the one that you go to, but maybe they're a little bit cheaper on the credits, right? It might help me optimize my credits, right? So it
Yep.
knows what I like, but it also gives me options that are a little bit cheaper.
All right. Let's see. So on the Discover page here, we have a couple options. Let's see if we click on this one. We can see the again the same page. Okay. This is basically tailored for you, I would say. We can add the open router key that I have set up, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. We also have bookings, and I guess if you click on a gym, let's say one of these gyms, and then I click on book next, what happens?
And you can book and pay through the same app.
Yeah.
Well, in theory, yes, but it seems like it doesn't really work.
Well, yes, you'd have to set it
All right,
up, but I
let's see.
mean that's very cool. Literally, then it becomes an all-in-one type of feature, right? It helps me find the place. It helps me customize it to my particular needs, and I can book the time I want. Why wouldn't you go with something like this, right? It's a brilliant feature.
All
I
right,
can
I
see the
asked.
times that are available. I can see the prices that change on the different times that are available, and then I can book it
Yep.
through
You can
using
see.
the credits that I've either bought or received, right?
I believe the times here, the opening hours for each business is actually real. So it's real. It pulls it straight from Mapbox itself. Because they're a little bit different for each ones, but of course in America times are pretty much the same for each business because they want to make money, especially in Miami, I believe. But if we move on to the wallet, so this is the feature that I wanted to talk about because it added this one. So currently we have 40 credits from the free sign up, and we have a couple top up options here that I'm looking at, and it
So
even
you can top up your credits.
yeah, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That's
I
a nice
wonder
idea, actually.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe we can build like a subscription model as well. Like you get a set amount of credits per month, right?
Good idea. Yes, like a subscription, right? So each month you pay a certain amount and it gives you certain credits. But look, if I'm doing something like that for the customer, I'd want those credits not to be burned, right? Because a lot of
Mm,
times when I'm working with a model and I don't use those credits, they end up getting burned
oh,
and you don't want to have it burn them every month. Maybe they'd be a 60-day limit you use them in, right? Something
that is
reasonable. I don't
true.
want to have at the end of the year.
Well, I mean, if you're paying for a subscription, then you're going to be kind of aware of the credits that you're going to be
Hopefully, right?
consuming with.
But
So yeah,
going back to Theo's question, how long are you committed to this exercise program, right? I know that every year I'm ready to go to the gym every day, and by about the third month, it becomes a little bit less and less intensive, right?
By the 1st of January, you're pumped up, ready to go to the gym, and then by the 2nd, 3rd of January, you're like, nah, man, no, it's just
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're gonna
not
see the
committed yet.
gyms. You're gonna see the gyms quite busy on a January. Yeah, definitely.
That's right.
Yeah, it's to be expected, of course.
Yeah, New Year's
So
resolution.
this idea of having a subscription model with top-ups available is very cool, right?
Yeah, we can implement that. We can ask Biela in the next prompt. I'll actually start writing it right away so that we don't forget about it.
So a subscription model where somebody pays and gets a certain amount of credits every month. And if they, Theo, get this to do if they buy the year in advance, that there's a discount available, right?
Oh, like yearly?
Yeah, so they could buy their monthly subscription for $20 a month, but if they buy the yearly upfront, they
Yeah.
might pay, 15,
Yeah,
right? Or they get 13 months.
that's a good idea actually. But how many, before we get to that, how many credits should it give you and what should the price be?
Well, what are we looking at? Average cost for a gym here? What did we see?
It was about like 10, 15. I think I would say like 15 it was.
All
Yeah,
right. So,
15.
Henry, what do you suggest if the average gym is 15? What do we give people in a monthly membership if they're going twice a week, right?
Maybe
15 is 30 times 4 months, right?
200.
So maybe 150 a month, 150
Yeah,
credits a month.
150 works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So what's 150 credits going to cost?
Per month for the price of well, considering the prices here, let's look at the price. So 150 credits on the app is currently $12.99.
So let's make it for $10. Let's, like I said, give them a break because they're buying up front.
So $10
$10. $10 a month, but if they're buying it yearly, yes. If they're buying it, look, if they're buying it month by month, it's the same as a top-up, let's say, right? So $13 a month. But if they buy it yearly, they pay $10 a month.
All right, yeah, that's a good idea for 13 or $12.99. $12.99 a month, and a yearly option should cost
Paid up front.
yearly option paid
Paid up front for $120.
should cost $10.
120. 100. Just give it the number 120.
Why? What? Oh yeah, because okay. Okay, 120. I was about to be a little bit I was about to say,
We kept the math simple there, Theo. We kept the math simple.
and I still couldn't do it in my head. Okay, I'm making a fool of myself.
No, it's okay.
All right, so the book next now works end to end on web and native. Okay, perfect. So it finished the last prompt. Let's do this one. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about something. Oh yeah, so I was actually what I wanted to ask you guys. Should we do like an Adobe kind of situation here where there's a cancellation fee?
You know what you could do? Yeah, definitely a cancellation fee. But like it should like say, oh, within like a specific 14-hour window, if you cancel, then like
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you book a gym class, you're taking somebody's spot, basically, right?
Definitely, yeah. And you're taking somebody's
So that-
time because it's going to be an instructor that's going to be teaching that class.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
There should be a
Good thinking.
sort of penalty, actually, in my opinion.
All right, so
So
it
you
asks
cancel-
me for Stripe.
So we're gonna need Stripe here, is that right? If we're taking money and building it all in.
Well, let's try. Yes, we will need Stripe, of course, but I'm not sure if we have time. But we'll try it right anyway because it should be pretty easy, like easy enough. I'm not sure if we'll be able to finish it or test it in the time we have available, but let's go ahead. So to connect Stripe, guys, you can either go to settings and go into, oh, I thought it was here, but actually you can actually go into the code and then click on connect Stripe, but this is only if you have a database connected. If you don't have a database connected, this button will not be available to you. So once you have that connected, the Supabase database, you can click on connect Stripe. And then this box will open up where you can enter your publishable key and secret keys. And also for the production part, once you actually deploy the website, you'll be able to enter these ones here as well.
All
but
right, so
for
Theo, have we done this before? Do we have a video on connecting Stripe, by the way?
Well, we do have a live stream for
Mm-hmm.
the Stripe connectivity. I'm not sure if we have a video, but we should have a tutorial about that. I'll just connect
it's definitely an option.
I'll
I
just
believe
log in.
definitely there's a video. If you go to the YouTube channel, you'll see the playlists. You'll find it there, I believe so.
We have a Stripe
And I think
integration
that's a
video.
good idea, because anytime you're going to be taking money for your app, you're going to be using Stripe. It's the safest way. It saves you all the problems of having to go through the governance. It saves you the compliance. It saves you the security. All of that is handled through Stripe. All you need to do is create yourself a Stripe account and connect it to your account here. Is that right, Theo?
So it's all legal. So yes, you don't
Yes,
have to
so it's
worry
all,
about
all the heavy lifting is done by Biela and Stripe in this case. So if you want to be able to take those subscriptions for your yearly and your monthly subscriptions for those credits you're buying, then yes, you're definitely going to have to use Stripe.
Well, yeah, actually, you're right, Adam or Theo. There is a live stream. It's called Connect Stripe to Your Website Live Build on Biela.dev. So yeah, you'll find it on YouTube for sure.
All right, so
Excellent.
it was as easy as that. I just connected my Stripe. I logged into my account. There's a couple steps you guys need to do, but I'm not going to walk through that because it's a little bit complex in terms of like actually making an account on Stripe. Not in terms of getting any information from it, but just making an account. They make it a little bit complex on
Because
purpose.
you're
I
dealing
would
with
say.
money here. I mean,
Of course,
it's
yeah.
obvious. It's not really complex. It's more in depth is
Time-
what it is, I would say.
Yeah, and time intensive, I would say, and it
Yes.
time doesn't really allow us to do that right now. But if you guys are willing to or wanting to actually
Yes.
see a video on that or an explanation, more in-depth explanation of how Stripe works, we're definitely willing to make one for the next live stream or whenever we can find
That is a
time.
good idea. I mean, I think we should do it. A lot of people that create these apps with Biela have the intention of being able to monetize them somehow. So for me, I think it's a great idea that we do create these how-to videos that can be used over and over and over again every time we create an app. That now we talk about connecting it to Supabase, or now we talk about connecting it to Stripe. And if people have that information because we've created it for them in a library, I think that's a brilliant idea.
That is true. We have a question in chat here. Can we set it up to pay in USD /USDC or USDT? And well, you're gonna have to stay tuned for tomorrow. We have a big announcement to make. So if you are, what is it, Adam, like an affiliate?
Yeah. Even
you're-
if you're not an affiliate, there is the option to join.
Yep. So just stay tuned and come back tomorrow, and we'll have a surprise for you awaiting, and you'll get your answer then. Just to tease it a little bit, because I know we're not really allowed to talk about it. But let's see what Biela has to do here. So it's doing a lot of Supabase stuff and also the Stripe at the end here. So of course, the Supabase database and the Stripe really have to communicate. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to implement the Stripe. That's why I told you guys you got to have a database connected first and then connect Stripe. It doesn't work the other way around. But we do, to answer like part of your question, you can set in Stripe any type of currency. So Stripe accepts, I believe, any type of currency that exists in the world. I mean, it's worldwide. Stripe is being used worldwide, and I know it accepts my currency from Romania. So does it? I think you guys know that it accepts dirhams as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So it already accepts euros, USD, and all the other worldwide currencies.
Unless you're like
Adam, do you want to answer the question in the chat, or should we keep that a secret as well? Or sorry?
Sorry, which question are you talking
There's
about?
a question in chat asking what time tomorrow.
The call tomorrow is at 8 p.m. Dubai time. It varies. There will be announcements all over social media. It is a big announcement. I think
It
you
is.
should definitely be there. There's some great things coming up. We're really excited about it. So if you can see that it's, I can, like I said, I know it 8 p.m. Dubai time, but it'll be all over our socials tomorrow, and you'll be able to log into that. And it is a great little event. And
You'll
when
see
I say little,
announcements about it.
I really underutilize that word.
Yep, it's as calling an elephant like a small animal or something.
It is a bit of an
Tiny.
understatement, right?
Yeah,
But
tiny
definitely
animal.
we'd love to see you there. It's worth it, right? There'll be giveaways, there'll be prizes. So just by the fact of you just showing up there, there's a very good opportunity of being in the mix of things to be able to benefit from it just by just sitting in on the call, right? So
That is true.
the more the merrier. I mean, the more people you tell and the more people that show up, more the merrier. We're happy to have you.
All right, let me walk a little bit more through the application while Biela is coding here in the background, because this is quite a complex prompt that I gave it, and I knew kind of that we wouldn't have enough time to finish the Stripe implementation. It's quite complex, guys. We're not really doing much, but Biela's coding a lot, and you kind of have to wait on it for it. So
Look.
just to, yeah, go ahead, Adam.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so just to finish up with the menu buttons on the bottom here, we have my account. You can sign in or sign out. You have the light themes that I talked about. And we have the Open Router API key, which I actually haven't tested out. So let me see. Okay, so it's safe for me to input in the key, and then we can click on Save Key. And let's see. Curated wellness experiences near you. Tap any card to see it on the map and book your spot. All right, let's see. If we generate an AI personalized, okay. Welcome.
Very
Based
cool.
on interest, I'd love to recommend some wonderful local experiences that blend mindful movement with relaxation, from rejuvenating spa treatments to energizing yoga and Pilates classes, plus boxing for a powerful workout. There's something perfect for every aspect of your wellness journey. And I specifically told it to mimic sort of like a physical therapist, because, well, I'm not sure how exactly you call it. Is it called a physical therapist? Somebody that...
Personal trainer, probably.
Yeah, okay. I should have mentioned, personal trainer. Someone that recommends where you should go. All right.
Yeah.
Depending on your mood and your physical appearance and, stress levels.
Based on your physical appearance.
Like a coach.
Well, come on, Adam. Like, you gotta be real, right? If you have a personal trainer, I'm sure they've told you that you kind of have to work out at some point, right? You can't really have a personal trainer and just sit on the couch all day. That's just not worth it. You're just losing money at that point.
100%.
All right. What else we got here? What else we got on the app?
We got the models selector and the about section. So that's about it. I mean, it's a simple app, but it gets the job done. And once
it is, I've told you guys, I love this idea because it's so customizable, right? It can be used for anything, not just dealing with health and fitness here, but I can use it, like I said, for schools. I can use it for vet places. I can use it for particular types of restaurants that I'm looking for. I could develop a sort of a kind of user for restaurants. This
is kind of like a template,
cuisines, right? So this is a very customizable app and a very sort of timely app that people will want to do more and more with. We've done something very, very niche with it for the fact that we've created it for the health and fitness industry. But like I said, I could see myself creating 100 of these for 100 different services, right?
That is true.
I could try 100 different businesses and it really doesn't cost me anything, right? just a bit of time and some work with Biela, and I could create 100 of these and try out 100 businesses, and the ones that work, I keep, right?
Yep. That's a thing we talked about with Sarah before. If you have, maybe you're in the you know some people around the area that might benefit from this app, from an app or a website, you can utilize Biela to give a simple prompt and then go to that person, like a well-crafted prompt, let's say, and go to that person or that business and then showcase the project that you're working on, and then they could be like, wow, great, I love this, please give it to me, or please finish it up.
Look,
for me.
the other thing is, the very nice thing here is these ones that it suggests, or our our pick of the week, the gym of the week, those we could actually sell to the gyms.
Yeah,
you could be in our list, you could be the gym of the week, and for 1 week your gym is featured on our homepage, right?
you can sell ads.
You could sell ad space, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a great little way to monetize in several different ways of doing that, right? These apps are great ways for people to sort of become independent entrepreneurs on the side, to build, a side business with just doing this in their spare time, and just being able to say to people, look, I have this app, 100 people, 200, 300 people in the first week have downloaded it, and now it's going to grow very quickly, and it's your opportunity to be the gym of the week. How would you like to be the gym of the week? For $100 or for $200, I'll put your space here, and if you want to go for longer, we could work out a deal. It's just a brilliant way for people to take that little side business and become my unicorn business, right? That's the plan. That's the goal.
True.
Right?
All right, I think we can wrap this up. I also showed that you can now book items, and you can see it in the bookings. I was able to book a class, and it took up my credits. So if we pick, 15 credits, let's go 13. And I believe I have, you'll have 15 left. So already calculates it for you. So let's book it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and you go to wallet, and it already calculated. So 15 left.
Brilliant.
Did we do? Yeah, you did the monthly and yearly as well. So that's awesome.
Excellent. Fantastic.
That's awesome. Okay.
Great little idea. Like I said, great idea. Something that people can build in their spare time, and just up to you on what you want to use it for.
That is true. Yep. So I think we can wrap it up here and the stream. What do you guys think?
It was a great show, guys. Thanks for coming out. Theo, as always, and sorry, brilliant with the ideas. It was a great idea. I think we should do more of these, and I think in the future we will do some of those specialized videos for Stripe and Supabase that we will use again and again, right?
Not Supabase, no more Supabase. Come on.
This guy's traumatized from Supabase.
Every week
I just love saying Supabase, right?
It's catchy. Supabase.
Supabase, yeah, that's true. Okay, we can do Supabase as well. Okay, just for you guys.
So everybody, thanks for joining us. Look out for tomorrow. Check our socials all over the place. We'll be having great times tomorrow. There'll be announcements and prizes and all kinds of things coming up. So keep an eye out. We'll see you there tomorrow. Guys, thanks. Theo, sorry. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.